Well, calling all Neil Diamond fans, the FSCJ Artist Series has got a show for you, the Neil Diamond musical, A Beautiful Noise. And here to tell us all about it is Joe Kasky, who plays Neil Diamond. So great to meet you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Okay, so are there different Neils kind of portrayed? You portray young Neil.
Yes, I portray young Neil.
Okay.
We have Bob Westenberg, who plays Neil now.
Okay.
I play Neil then, Neil now. So
Nice.
it's him in his 70s-ish, being interviewed in a therapy session, and we go back through, and I relive some of his moments in the song.
That's cool. So it's almost like flashbacks?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, that's really, really neat. So what would you say surprised you most about stepping into this role?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm classically trained. A lot of my training came from opera and vocal performance.
Wow.
And so getting my voice to have that blue-collar, rough sound was probably the hardest challenge that I've faced professionally as a singer.
Yeah.
And making sure that I can do that, for 8 shows a week or 9 shows a week in some cases, and be healthy and make sure I can get through all the shows and everything, and do Neil Diamond justice. I mean, he has such a beautiful grit that is so relatable and so unique, and that's really what surprised me the most, is how much work I ended up putting in and still put in to really achieve that sound night in and night out.
That's amazing. And actually, Neil Diamond was very much involved with the creation of this show.
Yes, yes.
That's amazing.
It really is. And for someone of his, celebrity status to be
caliber.
so vulnerable about the story that we tell, it's very honest. It's not the cleanest story, honestly. He made many mistakes in his life, just like all of us. And
it can be relatable at times.
Exactly. His honesty and the vulnerability, I think, has only strengthened people's relation to him, honestly. So.
How do you approach performing these iconic songs in such a way that does honor him?
Sure. Well, before each show, I have a playlist that I put together a long time ago of Neil's original recordings.
Very cool.
And I make sure I have that in my ear before I start each show, and just to make sure his sound is still ruminating in my head. And then honestly, I really try and have an opinion as well on when I perform his songs, and I try and just present them as authentically as possible, and trust the work
as if you're feeling it in the real time. Okay, so this is your first time in Jacksonville.
Yes, it is.
Welcome to Duval. Have you heard of that?
No.
Oh, he has not heard that. We got a former Jags football player that we yell that at the games.
Okay.
Anywhere really. You might even hear it in the Moran Theater. I don't know.
Now.
Yeah,
wow,
exactly. So typically one person says it and then they kind of repeat back. So
no
one's booing you if you hear that, because some people think that.
That's okay. If they hear I'm a Cowboys fan, go Dallas Cowboys. And I get some boos just for that in general. So.
Oh my gosh! One of our producers says, "How about them boys?" Okay, so let me ask you this though, since it was your first show here last night, how was it? The audience treat you?
Amazing. One of the strongest Tuesday night audiences I think we've had on this tour. Just people, jumping out of their seats and super excited, really vocal and engaged in all of our scene work too. Just really, it's refreshing to have that kind of energy in a show like this.
That's so nice.
So,
yeah, I was going to ask. I bet this is a performance or a musical where everybody wants to sing it with you.
Every song, every time, no matter the context in the show, they're just singing along, tapping along, and we'll get to a song and be like, oh, I know that song. I know You Don't Bring Me Flowers that comes out of nowhere, and you're just like, oh, this is going to be heavy.
Do you think there's some unexpected things too that folks aren't realizing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think people leave the theater, they're surprised at just how heavy this story is.
Wow.
I mean, not any spoilers or anything, but Neil went through 2 pretty difficult divorces, and the music that goes with that and everything is really palpable. And I think that I was surprised watching it for the first time myself in my research how just emotionally moved I was. And then you have the songs that go with that. It's like the joy and the heartbreak that really makes you kind of go on this roller coaster throughout the show.
Sounds amazing. Yeah, it sounds amazing. All right, so do you have a favorite song that you perform?
I do, and it's probably not
what we're thinking?
What you would think. It's Solitary Man, actually.
Okay.
We changed it a lot from the original recording, which is quite upbeat with this nice trumpet section and everything, but we put it into the context of his first ever live performance at the Bitter End Bar in New York City, which still exists. It's a tiny little venue that's just gorgeous.
Very cool.
And it's just me and guitar and a little bit of help from the ensemble and the band, but I just get to sit and sing and play guitar for an entire song, and that does not happen very much in musical theater, where I'm the one actually putting out the song like a gig.
Amazing. So. Well, you are going to be performing for us right now. Actually, my favorite song of his.
Course,
so why don't you go ahead and take it away? He's going to grab his guitar for us. It's time for Jack's Jams now, of course, with Joe Kasky playing Sweet Caroline.
All right, everybody in here better help me out, okay? All right. Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. Was in the spring, then spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Here we go. Hands, yeah, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, and touching you.
Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba. Good times never
seem so good.
so good, so good, so good.
I've been inclined to believe they never would. Sweet Caroline.
Chills all over my whole body. You sound amazing. Thank you so much. If we, obviously you want to go to FSCJArtistSeries.org to get your tickets. It goes through Sunday, right, Shelly? Okay, so you have through Sunday. Tell everyone, though, if they want to follow you and your career, how we can do that.
Absolutely. Go to @CaskeyJ5. That's CASKEYJ5. That's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook.
All of them.
Through all my Facebook. But yeah, all of them.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and Break a Leg.
Thank you very much.
Bravo.